3. The distinct teaching. Next, I shall clarify the distinct teaching. Why is this called distinct? Distinct is a term meaning not common. What is meant by not common? This teaching is explained apart from those of the two vehicles, therefore it is called the distinct teaching. Also, its interpretations of teaching, reality, wisdom, severance, practice levels, causes and results are distinct from those of the previous two teachings, and distinct from the last teaching of perfect integration. Therefore, it is called distinct. What principle of reality is clarified in this teaching? It clarifies the principle of the Four Noble Truths as immeasurable. For whom is it taught? Only to transform bodhisattvas, and not to lead those of the two vehicles across. Why is this called the distinct teaching, and not the uncommon teaching? The Ta-Chi Tu Lun clarifies the prajna wisdom that is unique to bodhisattvas. When the Vaipulya Sutras and the Panavim Sati Saha Sarika Prajnaparamita Sutra were preached, the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas also heard it, but the bodhisattvas were distinctly transformed. Therefore the term distinct is used. What levels of practice are clarified in this teaching? It broadly clarifies the levels of gradual practice that the bodhisattvas cultivate over many eons. What are these levels? The 10 levels of faith, the 10 levels of abodes, the 10 levels of practice, the 10 levels of merit transference, the 10 stages, the level of preliminary awakening, and the level of supreme subtle awakening. On what sutras are these levels based? They are based on the Avatamsaka Sutra, the Yinglo Ching, the Zhenwang Ching, the Suvarna Prapasa Sutra, the Shengtian Wang Ching, and the Mahaparinirvana Sutra. Are the levels contained in these sutras all the same? Each has some, but not others. The Avatamsaka Sutra clarifies 41 levels, the 10 abodes, the 10 levels of practice, the 10 levels of merit transference, the 10 stages, and subtle awakening. The Yinglo Ching clarifies 52 levels. It adds the 10 levels of faith and the level of preliminary awakening. The Zhenwang Ching does not discuss the level of preliminary awakening, so it only clarifies 51 levels. The Suvarna Prapasa Sutra has only the 10 stages and the fruit of Buddhahood. The Shengtian Wang Ching has only the 10 stages. The Mahaparinirvana Sutra clarifies the 5 practices and the 10 virtuous qualities. Why are the levels in the sutras not all the same? How can there be a set explanation of stages if they are to benefit sentient beings in accordance with their capabilities? On what sutra is your explanation based? I shall clarify 7 levels based on the Yinglo Ching as listed above. What are the names of the different levels? The 10 levels of faith are 1. Faith, 2. Mindfulness, 3. Diligence, 4. Wisdom, 5. Concentration, 6. Non-retrogression, 7. Merit transference, 8. Preservation of the Dharma, 9. Discipline, and 10. Fulfillment of vow. The 10 abodes are 1. Aspiration, 2. Maintenance, 3. Cultivation, 4. Noble rebirth, 5. Completion of expedience, 6. Rectification of the mind, 7. Non-retrogression, 8. Childlike goodness, 9. Dharma Prince, and 10. Anointment. The 10 levels of practice are characterized as 1. Joyful, 2. Beneficial, 3. Lacking in hate, 4. Unexhausted, 5. Unconfused, 6. Attractive, 7. Unattached, 8. Honored, 9. Exemplary, and 10. True. The 10 levels of merit transference are 1. Salvation of sentient beings, 2. Indestructibility, 3. Equality with all the Buddhas, 4. Universal pervasion, 5. Inexhaustible virtue, 6. Correspondence with all solid good roots of non-differentiation, 7. Awakening of equality toward all sentient beings, 8. The manifestation of suchness, 9. Unrestrained and unattached liberation, and 10. The immeasurable Dharma realm. The 10 stages are characterized as 1. Joyful, 2. Undefiled, 3. Clear, 4. Radiant wisdom, 5. Difficult to conquer, 6. Face to face with reality, 7. Far-reaching, 8. Immovable, 9. Good, and 10. Dharma cloud. What are the practices associated with these levels? Ordinary people of the lower level are on the 10 levels of faith and utilize the contemplation of emptiness by analyzing and breaking down phenomena. Ordinary people who are on an advanced level are on the levels of abode, practice, and merit transference. On the level of abodes, the contemplation of things as essentially empty is utilized. These are the 2 methods of contemplating emptiness: by analysis and as essentially empty. The perfection of this contemplation of emptiness destroys the delusions of mistaken views and attitudes. On the 10 levels of practice, the contemplation of conventional existence is perfected, and this destroys minute delusions. On the 10 levels of merit transference, one cultivates the contemplation of the middle path and overcomes ignorance. On the level of partial enlightenment, that is, from the first stage to the level of preliminary awakening, one partially destroys ignorance and is partially enlightened concerning the middle path. What about the level of ultimate sagehood? The level of ultimate sagehood alone is subtle awakening that destroys the delusion of ignorance and puts an end to the birth and death of inconceivable transformations. This is the attainment of the path on the 7-jeweled seat by the body of recompense. All obstacles are included under the obstacles of passions and the wisdom obstacle. Why do you add the minute delusions? These 2 kinds of obstacles are found in the Bodhisattva Bhumi. The 3 kinds of delusions are enumerated on the basis of the Panchavimsati Sahasrika Prajnaparamita Sutra and the Ta Chi Tu Lun. What are the phenomenal appearances and reality of the 3 kinds of delusions enumerated here? The delusions of mistaken views and attitudes correspond to the obstacle of passions. Now, if one exposes the meaning of phenomenal appearances and reality with regard to the wisdom obstacle, the obstacle to wisdom concerning phenomenal appearances corresponds to minute delusions, and the obstacle to wisdom concerning reality corresponds to the delusion of ignorance.